Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, January 26th, 2014, and you are watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco. My name is Paul Discofani. This is my good friend, Bruce Oler. Matt Martin is behind the glass, and you are joining us on Enravio.com, where we broadcast to the world in glorious high definition, but we try to focus on you, Long Island. So I hope you were listening before the show started, as we do a little segment here called What's on Mr. B's iPod, as Mr. Bruce programs 30 minutes worth of topical type music, and you can't get that on the replay. What'd they miss today?
They missed Let Nothing Come Between You, Warren Zevon. It would have been Warren's birthday this week if he was still with us. Headline Hustler by 10cc. I picked that because we're going to Super Bowl Media Day on Tuesday with Roy at The Rock, the Prudential Center. It'll be indoors, it won't be outdoors, which is good.
Yeah.
We did a couple of pop songs there. AM Radio by Everclear. You know, it used to be there was AM radio, there was FM radio. Now, there's also internet radio.
Which we are part of.
Yep. We did pop music by M. We had Ken is here today, and he was singing in the background here. I think he should be doing some karaoke with that. Great DJ by the Ting Tings that came up on Shuffle this week. Can't You Hear Me Knocking? The Stones. And we started way back when with Edwin Starr, whose birthday was this week, with the song War. And I picked that one because there's the Super Bowl is a war, I guess, the way you can put it. And the Islanders are playing the Rangers this week, and that's always a war, too.
Hey, I'll give you a little quick Bruce Springsteen story.
Please do.
He was, if you have satellite radio and you have the Bruce Springsteen channel, there is they play nothing but Bruce Springsteen music and interviews and stuff. So for the new album, High Hopes, they were interviewing him. And they were talking about, he was telling them a story about when the Stones did their concert last year.
Oh, at the Rock?
And he came out and sang a song with them. He says, they were talking about how the E Street Band at the early records were very heavy on, not producing, but doing it over and over and over again until he got it absolutely perfect. And he says he's not as much of a lunatic now as he was back then. He says, but still, obviously, he's got a standard of things that he wants to do. So he says that when it was time to do the thing with the Stones, he says they asked him just to come, right? Come to the studio for a rehearsal, a couple days. He says, so I walk into the studio, and there they are, just the five of them, four of them, whatever they were. He says, nobody else. He says, we're in a studio, just them. He says, one guy behind the glass, another guy just hanging out. He says, no big production, no giant amp. He says, just little tiny amps like you have in your house. And he says, and they just said,
what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? He says, so I said, I don't know, how about like tumble and dice? He says, okay, let's do it. He says, all of a sudden, he says, Charlie Watts starts hitting the drum and Keith Richards start playing. He says, it was the most amazing experience. He says, just boom, just playing. He says, and then we did the song twice. That was it.
See you later.
See you on Saturday. He says, so, guys like the Stones, he says, that's what a band is.
Well, that's what rock and roll is, man. It's not about perfection. It's about the feeling,
And he says that's what the E Street Band is. He says, we had to do something different, a little different now that Clarence is gone. He said, and Danny Federici, he said, but it's still just the band. Because I believe that I thought he said something about the E Street Band being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I read something about that, too.
I thought they went in together, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. But I have to. We'll
do a little research on it. I believe you're right, though. I think it was just Bruce Springsteen that went in, and I think he's it's supporting. I think there's a couple of bands that are going in this year. I know that the E Street Band are one of them, though.
All righty, so let's get to the show. Hey, we both went to see Broadway shows yesterday without even knowing it. We went to go see two different.
I want to go into a matinee, and you want to go into an evening show.
And we both went to go see two of the most popular shows ever.
Well, the one that I went to has been on Broadway for 25 years, and I can't believe I never saw it before.
Where'd you go? Phantom.
Phantom of the Opera.
I went to one that's been on Broadway for, I think, 11 or 12 years. I went to Sex Got Me to the ER. No. I went to go.
That was
see,
last week's
that was
discussion.
last week.
Okay.
I went to go see Wicked. That was it was very, very cool. It was
I saw
great,
that a few years ago. I thought that was a great show.
performance. It's one of the few musicals that I've ever gone to where I actually, not that you don't enjoy it, but the music advanced the story. It wasn't just there just to be music.
Yeah.
You know, which some of those musicals that I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, you know, I'd say we go about twice a month to plays. No. I've seen 5 plays in my life. I've seen them. But anyway. All right, so this here show is about sports and entertainment.
There you go.
And we've got both sports and entertainment on today's show.
A sports show with a twist is what we call it.
Sports show with a twist.
Okay.
What are we going to try and get to today?
Well, today's lineup, we will talk about the Yankees getting Japanese pitcher. I'm going to hope I'll get this right. Mashiro Tanaka. You know what a Tanaka part is, right? I'm not sure that I pronounced this guy's first name right. I don't think he speaks any English either, to tell you the truth.
That's what I understand.
The Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks advanced to the Super Bowl, which will be played right here. Well, not right here in the studio, but right in this general area on Sunday.
This is the closest we'll ever be to a Super Bowl.
That's right. That's right. You know, somebody posted something on Facebook saying, isn't it ironic that the 2 states that have legalized pot are playing in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You know? And it's in New Jersey, by the way. But
and they said, don't bring your drugs to the Meadowlands. That's what they said.
The Rangers are playing the Devils and the Islanders this week in outdoor games, part of the Stadium Series. Rangers are the away team in both of those, which is kind of ironic, even though New York City is their home.
I wonder why.
And that's where Yankee Stadium is. Tommy Gallo will join us to talk about the nominees for Best Director.
Yeah, there's
the
5 of
motion
them.
pictures?
There's 5 nominees, and I'm sure he'll also sneak in something about his bromance with Russell Wilson, the quarterback of
Wilson. And Timmy the Trotter will join us as usual, talk about the NFL postseason and his harness racing tips.
Yeah, he hit okay this week. We
Good.
got 3 out of 4 winners, I think, this
Good.
week.
Actually, I saw something that a horse broke out of a stable in Belmont and was running around
In the neighborhood?
in the Floral Park area earlier this week. Yeah. And then we'll end with a live song. You talked about the Stones not being perfectionists, you know.
Right.
And I try to be a perfectionist too, but I tell you what, when you're live, you get one shot and that's it. And this was not really well rehearsed. I'm going back to a song I probably have done once or twice before. Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
Hey, Matt, can you help us out on Twist and Shout?
Yeah, can you sing a little background for us?
When we do, because we're going to do Twist and Shout at the end of the show.
Yeah, we like you to
We just
sing.
want the ahs.
Yeah.
Ken, you can help us out. Because, yeah, well, we know, well, you could be the first ah. Well, we'll just play it by you.
Yeah.
All righty, so let's get right to the Tanaka story.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess it's no mystery that the Giants, that the Yankees won the Tanaka sweepstakes, so to
yep.
speak.
Spent a lot of money.
Right, and let me just read you.
So I do wonder where Brian Cashman, right? Or was it, no, it was one of the Steinbrenners, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to keep the salary under
189 million. They want to keep
they
the
didn't want to
salary
get
under
they didn't want to
189.
get the luxury tax.
Right.
And
Well,
there
let's
that
just,
goes, you know.
This is if there's any reason to be a Yankee fan, it's for this quote at all. Okay, he said, "We did this because we want to win. We will continue to do what we have to do, regardless of the scenario." And that's what the Yankees do.
That's why they're the evil empire to just about everybody else that's not a Yankee fan.
So they signed a 25-year-old pitcher. I don't know,
Mashiro Tanaka.
We're going with Mashiro Tanaka until somebody sends us a different pronunciation.
Okay.
So we're going with Mashiro Tanaka. 7 years, $155 million. Okay.
That's A-Rod-esque, isn't it?
That's him. Gives him about $22 million a year. Never pitched, threw 1 pitch in the major leagues. Okay. Star in Japan? Absolutely. But there's 2 things about the Japanese league, besides the fact that first of all, you go 24-0 with a 1.27 ERA.
That's impressive.
I don't care what league you're in.
That's
That's pretty
impressive,
good.
yep.
Because you're at least on the level of all the people that you're playing. I mean, even if you are a major league pitcher pitching against Class A talent, that's very good. Okay, because you're also playing with that level of talent in the field, you know? So, at any rate, Two things about the Japanese league that I learned. Number one, the strike zone is a little larger.
Larger?
It's a little larger in the...
Well, I looked like you were making something smaller, so it's larger.
No.
Okay, you know.
Well, I didn't want to go like this. It's just a little larger. And the ball is smaller.
Really?
It's slightly smaller. So if you have a smaller hand, obviously, you know, you can control the ball. The great pitchers in Major League Baseball, guys like Pedro Martinez, very big, very long fingers because it allows you to do more with the ball. Okay, but still, last year the Yankees paid $29.4 million in luxury tax last year, which is just unbelievable. But their ratings have been declining. Their attendance was the lowest attendance figure since 2001. So they needed to do something. The A-Rod thing was killing them.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that it
they're going to
blasted.
get hit with A-Rod's salary this year, right?
And you know what? They took that $25 million that they were going to save in A-Rod and gave it right to this guy.
There you go.
You know? So, but they spent $283 million in the offseason on just three guys.
Yeah, Ellsbury,
McCann, and Carlos Beltran. They now have 8 players on their 25-man roster that are making more than $10 million a year. Okay? Teixeira, 23.1. Sabathia, 23. Tanaka, 22. So he's the third highest player on the team, never threw a pitch. Ellsbury, 21. McCann, 17. Kuroda, 16. Beltran, 15. And Jeter, 12. Okay? So I think the big thing that I read about this guy is that in Japan, they don't care about using their pitchers. They're going to use you till your arm falls off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Listen to this.
Did they do it last year, I hope?
Last year, in Game 6 of the Japanese World Series, he threw 160 pitches in Game 6. Then came back the next night for Game 7 and closed out the game.
Wow. So how big a guy is he? I mean, you know, because I think about 130 pitches that Johan Santana pitched, you know, in that no-hitter. It really did, you know.
He is 6'2", 205.
All right, so he's bigger than...
53 complete games and 18 shutouts. They say he throws an unhittable splitter and 95 to 97 mile per hour fastball, but he mostly throws in the low 90s, but he could dial it up to 97. A curveball, a slider, a changeup, and a cutter. You gotta be kidding me.
Sounds like he's a good pitcher.
So
we will see.
Their starting pitcher, the Yankees, Sabathia, led the league with 112 earned runs against, which is just unbelievable. And Kuroda is 38, and he finished the year 0-7, which is just, you know. And then they just kind of shut him down at the end. But I wanted to give you just one more thing here. These are the Japanese pitchers in the major leagues, okay?
Daisuke comes to mind.
Right. Well, here's the list. Yu Darvish on Texas, 6 years, $56 million. But
I'm more interested in how they did than what they made.
Well, listen, he was $56 million plus $57 million posting fee. Okay. The Yankees also, by the way, had to pay $25 million, I think, right?
Just to be in the sweepstakes.
He's the only player so far that has really shown anything. He's 29 and 18. He's at 2 All-Star appearances. He was the strikeout king last year. And he was number 2 in the Cy Young. Okay. Daisuke Matsui. Okay, 6 years, $52 million, and $26 million posting fee. Okay, he's 53 and 40 with both Boston and the Mets. Although he did win a World Series with Boston. Okay, but he's had Tommy John surgery in 2011, and if you remember, when he came over to the Mets, his first 3-4 starts were not very good, but he really finished the season very strong. He finished the season like 4-0. With a 1-point-something ERA in his last 4 games for the Mets. That's why they're bringing him back, by the way. Kai Agawa, I forget how you pronounce it. 5 years, $20 million, $26 million posting fee by the Yankees. He only pitched 16 games in the major leagues for them.
For the Yankees?
Yeah. And he spent most of the time in the minors, and he only won 2 games.
You figured they'd be a little gun-shy about a Japanese pitcher.
Hideki Arabu, remember him?
I do.
Didn't they call him a fat toad or something? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. They actually got him from San Diego. 4 years, $12.8 million. He was 34 and 25 in 5 seasons, but he committed suicide 2 years ago.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There was then Hiroki Kuroda, which is the guy that the Yankees have now. He's 68 and 70 in 6 years. A couple other guys. Hideo Nomo, remember?
I remember him, yeah.
Okay. He really might have had the most success. He pitched a no-hitter in both the American League and the National
That's
League.
impressive.
Right?
He had that crazy wind-up. I
Yeah,
remember,
yeah,
you know?
that looking almost like Fernando Valenzuela type thing.
Well, I know a guy throwing that hard. If the guy doesn't look, he's looking at the target, you got to be a little shaky as the batter, I think.
I
you know?
remember Matsuyoshi
I do.
for the Mets.
Yep.
Yeah, he was okay.
Yep.
He was 18 and 16.
I see.
So anyway,
So a couple other things about Major League Baseball, as long as we're on the subject. Okay, the Hall of Fame class of 2014. You know, we know who the nominees are. I mean, I'll go over them quick here: Greg Maddux, Tony La Russa, Joe Torre, Bobby Cox, Frank Thomas, Tommy Glavine.
right? They are the inductees.
Right.
Yeah.
So Greg Maddux had 194 wins with Atlanta, 133 wins with the Cubs, and his plaque will have no team on the cap. You know, and the same goes for Tony La Russa.
Right.
It used to be the players decided what cap they were going to wear. In 2001, Dave Winfield induction, caused the rule to change. So actually, Major League
Because they
Baseball
said that
actually makes the call.
They said San Diego paid him a ton of money
Yeah,
to wear
yeah,
the
get like a
Padres hat.
personal, a
Service
personal
contract
services
with them,
contract
right.
or something.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, they consulted with both La Russa and Maddux. And La Russa said, he goes, I don't want to offend anybody by picking, one team over another team,
Especially if you've been a guy like La Russa that's won World Series for 2 different teams.
Exactly.
Maddux, you forget, you and I always think of Maddux as the Atlanta Braves. But he was a
had
tremendous pitcher for the Cubs.
I do remember with the Cubs, too. I mean, I had forgotten about that. Of course, that was a bad memory. The Mets were always going head-to-head with the Cubs, too, way back when.
That's true. That's true.
And the other 2014 inductees, I mean, there are no brainers, I guess, as far as that goes. Joe Torre is going in as a Yankee.
Right.
Bobby Cox is a Brave. Frank Thomas as a White Sox.
Right.
And Tommy Glavine, I don't understand this. Why is he going in as a Brave and not a Met?
Because he sucks.
I know. I do understand it.
Tommy Glavine will always be that guy, in my opinion.
Who blew up.
Remember, all we had to do was win one game
at the end
to get into the playoffs.
Yep.
And he gave up 6. His worst Hall of Fame career. The worst game he ever pitched in the major leagues was that day. 6 earned runs.
Yep.
Didn't even get out of the first inning. Maybe I think it was 7 earned runs. Didn't even get out of the first inning.
Yeah. Let's not be bringing up those bad memories.
A couple of things about the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out how you get on the ballot because we want to try and get our friend Pete Torgerson on the ballot for Quinnipiac. All right. So I was wondering about the Major League Hall of Fame because this year there were 19 first-time players on the ballot this year. Okay. Did you see who some of the names were?
No.
Paul LaDuca.
Okay.
Remember him on the Mets?
I do.
Right. Armando Benitez.
Okay.
Okay. So I found out in order to be on the ballot, all you have to do is have been in the major leagues for 10 years. And you have to be inactive for 5 calendar years. Okay? But in case you die, you can go on after 6 months.
I see.
Because they know you're not going back.
Okay.
The worst thing they want to do is they want to see you in the Hall of Fame and then still playing.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. You can be on the ballot for 15 consecutive years. Okay? But it's 75% for induction. Maddux, Glavine, and Frank Thomas were all first timers. They all made it.
Kind of like Nirvana.
Right.
With the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Listen to some of these names and tell me, this to me is a key to being in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
If I don't know who you are, how could you be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, we're pretty big baseball fans.
Yes.
Todd Jones, Paul LaDuca, Mike Timlin, Sean Casey, Ray Durham, Richie Sexton did not get any votes. They're out.
Okay, all right.
Okay, because if you don't get at least 5% of the votes, you're out.
Okay.
Kenny Rogers, Armando Benitez, and Jacques Jones. They all got 1 vote.
Are they out?
They're out.
Because they didn't get 5%.
Luis Gonzalez, Moises Alou, Hideo Nomo, Eric Gagne, and JT Snow.
And we just talked about Hideo Nomo having a no-hitter in both leagues.
And they
it don't matter.
They got less than 5%.
They're out. They're out. Okay.
Okay. Craig Biggio, guy from Long Island,
Yep.
just missed 68.2%.
Just missed getting in, but
Just
he's
missed
not
getting in.
eliminated from consideration.
He had 68.2 last year, 74.8.
0.8, so that's 0.2
The
that he missed
Hall of
by.
Fame does not round up. You have to have 75.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Jack Morris, 61.5. He's now off the ballot. That's
Last
his
year's eligibility,
15th
huh?
year, right? Jeff Bagwell went down. Mike Piazza went up. Mike Piazza went from 57.8 to 62.6, and it's not looking good for Don Mattingly. He went up from 12.8 to 14.2, but this is his last year. Next year.
Okay.
Best part, all the steroid users went down.
Yeah, they went down. I remember hearing about
Clemens,
that.
35. Bonds, 34. Mark McGuire, 11. Sammy Sosa, down to 7.2.
Ooh, he might be out. He might be out pretty soon, too.
And Rafael Palmeira
Yep.
is out. 4.4.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, with it being so cold, it was nice to talk a little bit about baseball. It's kind of giving me some warm feelings there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. You know what? Let's go. We're going to take a short break. We're already very late. We're going to take a short break, and we will continue to look at the movie trailers for all 9 of the nominated Best Pictures. So when we come back, we'll talk to our good friend Tommy Gatto, and we'll talk about the nominees for Best Director.
Okay.
But before we go to break, let's just read this real fast.
Okay.
Matt, we're going to read this. Can we do, or you want to go to break and read it when we come back? Okay. Yes, please.
Okay,
We're
I'm not
going,
sure what that means.
You're a very polite young man. Yeah. All righty. We're going to break. We'll be right back.
InRavio.com.
Alrighty. The movie Dallas Buyers Club.
Matthew McConaughey's in that one, right?
It's nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Actor Matthew McConaughey, and Best Supporting Actor Jared Leto.
Okay.
Leto?
Who knows? You say tomato, I say tomato. Does it really matter?
All right. McConaughey stars as the true life story of Ron Woodruff, He's a homophobe, and he contracts AIDS.
Wow.
First of all, he doesn't admit.
How did he
that
get it? From a toilet seat?
No,
Okay,
he says he wound up contracting it. Apparently, he had unprotected sex with a woman who had AIDS.
I see.
That's what he finds out. So at any rate, they tell him he's got just 30 days to live.
Wow.
Okay. So he's being treated with AZT, and he hears some bad things about AZT, and decides to go down to Mexico because he understands that there's a lot of experimental treatments down in Mexico. So he meets up with Jared Leto, who's playing an AIDS-positive transgender woman, whose name is Rayon.
Okay.
And they're being treated with DDC and peptide T. Okay? But at the time, the American Drug Association would not.
That is a true
approve
story.
this.
What year was this based in,
This
you know?
is probably the early 80s,
Okay.
I think. So they decide to bring the drugs because they're prolonging his life. He was supposed to live for 30 days. Now he's already been living for 3 months. They decide to come back up to Dallas with the drugs, and they form the Dallas Buyers Club,
I see.
which is where they sell the drugs to other AIDS patients, and they're making a fortune. And eventually, the drug does get approved by the FDA, and he lives for 7 years.
Okay.
You know, so
I've heard some good things about that movie. I got to tell you, I don't think Matthew McConaughey is a good actor. I think he likes to take his shirt off in most of his movies, because he is ripped. I
Well,
mean,
you know
there's no
what?
doubt about that.
He really looks bad in this movie.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, he's got AIDS.
Yeah, that's true.
All righty, let's take a look at this trailer, and when we get back, we'll have Tommy Gatto on the phone, and we will talk about the best directors.
Okay.
Let's enjoy it.
Mr. Woodruff, you've tested positive for HIV. Have you ever used intravenous drugs? Have you ever engaged in homosexual conduct?
Homo. You say homo? You made a mistake, 'cause that ain't me.
Mr. Woodruff, we estimate you have 30 days left.
Newsflash for y'all. There ain't nothing out there can kill Ron Woodruff in 30 days. Them drugs, they just released for testing, and I know this hospital's one of the size and need it.
It doesn't work that way, Mr. Woodruff. Where are you going?
They got good meds out of Mexico that's better than what you can get here in the States.
This is protein, totally non-toxic.
And you can't buy this in the USA?
Not approved.
You could be making a fortune off of this.
You look great.
Well, actually, I look amazing.
Anything to declare?
Nada.
But importing illegal drugs for sale is a very serious offense.
They're not illegal. They're merely unapproved.
I've been looking for you, Lone Star.
Listen, Tinkerbell, unless you got more cash or new clients, I'm busy.
You don't deserve our money.
Cut you in 5%.
25. Take it or leave it.
Welcome to the Dallas Buyers Club.
You treating these people?
How they're treating themselves. Well, I ain't selling drugs. I'm selling membership.
Walker, Dorsett, these are patients.
Yes, sir.
They're also the names of players on the Dallas Cowboys.
That's a hell of a coincidence.
The hell is it?
I have a court order permitting us to confiscate any and all non-FDA approved supplements.
We need a new supply.
Check Amsterdam, China, and Israel.
We've been doing business with you.
Why are we here?
Nice restaurant, beautiful woman. Swear I feel like a human again.
Mr. Woodruff, what is going on?
People are dying.
You're nothing more than a common drug dealer.
TJ, this is Rayon.
Freaking homo. Man, I got one life. Wanted to mean something.
Just let me be your ticket home.
All righty.
I tell you, one of my favorite female actresses was in that. So, Jennifer Gardner. I love Jennifer Gardner. You know,
She compete with what's her name?
with yeah, I know you're talking about
The Black Swan.
yeah. Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All righty. On our phone is our resident movie critic, although I don't think he likes to be called a movie critic.
Okay.
He likes to be called a movie
lover.
reviewer. Movie lover.
Lover, okay.
There we go. Tommy Gatto from Gatto Reels. You can find him. Yeah, Tommy, you still doing the blog? Not as much?
I'm in the middle of making a newer one.
Okay.
But if you type Gatto Reels Twitter, I just have a Twitter account. So in the meantime, I'm posting on Twitter.
Okay.
Okay,
Movies
cool.
that I watch.
All righty, so Tommy Gatto has been our movie expert.
Movie lover. Okay, yeah.
And we've been talking about movies on this here program for all of our previous 3 seasons. And we're gearing up for Oscar Sunday, which is, I believe, the first Sunday in March this year. And so Tommy, we're going to try and get to all the categories between now and March. So let's talk about the Best Director category. By the way, we just watched
Dallas Buyers Club, the
Dallas
trailer.
Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it was really very interesting.
Very interesting.
And I know last week we talked about the movie Her, and which is another one of them. And I saw Her. It was really very good. It was much better than I had thought it might be.
Did you get past the whole weirdness of it? I heard it's very strange.
Well, you know what? It was surprisingly interesting. You know, when you see the trailers, you hear what the movie is about. You go into this
Spike
movie
Jonze
saying,
movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go into this movie saying, this is going to be the stupidest thing ever. And all of a sudden, you're watching the first 15, 20 minutes when he starts talking to the operating system. You say, you know what? Lonely guy. He's got nothing in his life. This is like the perfect thing.
Okay.
And it actually was plausible, which my movies have to be plausible.
Right.
So it was plausible.
Well, I might dispute that with you off the air or something.
Well, it's got to be slightly plausible.
Yeah, slightly, okay.
I mean, Jurassic Park was slightly plausible.
Yeah.
And I know how much, Tommy, you love Jurassic Park.
Well, see, I do like Jurassic Park. I don't love Jurassic Park. I get nailed for it all the time.
Yes, I know. That's why I bring it up.
But you're a movie lover, so how can you say you like something and not love something?
There you go.
I don't get it.
At any rate, okay, so we've got 5 directors, of which I've seen 2 of these movies. David O. Russell for American Hustle, Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay. Rich Corinthian leather.
For Gravity, Alexander Payne for Nebraska, Steve McQueen, 12 Years a Slave, and Martin Scorsese for The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, Bruce and I have both seen American Hustle. I also saw Gravity. What can you tell us about these directors?
Well, would you like to know who I think is going to win?
Why not?
Yes, but tell us first. Tell us a little something about every one of them, if you know, and then tell us who you think is going to win.
Okay. Well, David O. Russell, he's been on sort of like a mini 3-film streak. He did The Fighter, he did Silver Linings Playbook, and now American Hustle. So this guy...
And all 3 of those movies were nominated, right?
They're all, yeah. This guy pops up every year, so even though I don't think he'll win this year, he's gaining steam. The guy has been nominated 3 movies in a row.
That's pretty impressive.
And they're all 3 different types of movies.
Even more impressive.
So it's very impressive. So I don't think he's going to win, but very impressive streak. He likes to use the same cast, similar to Scorsese. So we'll see. I mean, he's just on a nice hot streak right now. Alexander Payne, he likes to make small films, and this is no exception. Nebraska, which I haven't seen yet, but he's more of an actors type director. He gets the best out of his actors, and I just don't think he's going to win because I think his films are too small for what the Academy looks for in directing. Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave. He did a movie called Hunger. I think it's on Netflix still. It's starring Michael Fassbender, who's also in 12 Years a Slave, and it's about a guy in prison. It's about a hunger strike that the prisoners take.
I thought Steve McQueen was dead.
Yeah, his movies require a lot of physical demands of his actors, and I heard that 12 Years a Slave is no exception.
Okay.
But he's one of the front runners to win. A very good director, and I think this year he's finally gotten his due. You know, he's been a good director, and this year he's finally gotten his due. Alfonso Cuarón, Gravity. This is the first big movie he's made. He's done films like Ichimama Tambien, which is a Spanish language film, very small film, very small drama. He did has one of the Harry Potter movies, which is my favorite one, Prisoner of Azkaban. He did a movie called Children of Men, which was very good. It's a post-apocalyptic movie that's very good, but Gravity is on a huge level technically.
Right. I mean, a lot of it was spent obviously in front of a green screen.
Exactly, and I think Gravity is going to lose something when it hits home video, and I think it's going to be very similar to what you say about Jurassic Park, where you got to go to the movie.
It's a movie.
You got to see it on a big screen. Yeah.
It's a movie theater
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, he really revolutionized the way that people are going to look at movies taking place in space.
I mean, that movie was nominated for, it had 10 nominations.
Right.
But it was cinematography, film editing, music, sound editing, sound mixing, visual effects. All those technical
And that's all
categories.
possible if you have a great director.
Right.
So, and then obviously Martin Scorsese, which for The Wolf of Wall Street, which I saw last night.
Oh, how was it?
And it was excellent. I'm
okay.
telling you.
Was it pornography?
I don't know if it's going to be one of my favorite movies because it's very similar to Goodfellas and Casino in depicting what the criminal world is like in that kind of a setting, except this time it's Wall Street rather than like gangsters. And Leonardo DiCaprio, man, he is stunning in this movie, man. He does some crazy. The whole movie, I would think about a portion of the 3 hours. An hour is dedicated to sex and drugs.
Wow.
Ooh.
And it's
What kind of
not
movie?
Just,
Okay.
it's out of control.
Really?
Like
Things
Caligula.
that go on.
Wow. Okay. So you think Marty wins it?
No, I don't think Marty's going to win it.
Okay. Who do you like?
I don't think he's going to win. I think that Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity
Okay.
is going to win it because, I mean, when I sat in that movie theater, that seat, I was totally lost in. I thought I was in space for a minute.
Yeah, it was. It was like it was like one of those movies that you'd go see if you go to the Air and Space Museum or
Exactly.
one of those things.
I love Scorsese. I thought he did a fantastic job with the pacing of that 3-hour movie. I mean, he did a fantastic job, but I don't think that anything really compares to Gravity with respect to the movies I haven't seen yet.
Right.
But
Well, that's the thing. I'd like to. I think that American Hustle was one of the best movies I saw, but I'm not sure if that was because of the directing.
Right.
You know, it was a character-driven movie.
Yeah.
Although the pace of it I liked, and I haven't seen either 12 Years a Slave or Wolf of Wall Street, and I do want to see Nebraska, but I have to agree with you there on the Gravity. It was a great eye candy. It was just a visually pleasing, entertaining movie. So, and I know you haven't seen it yet.
It's not like I go to like Transformers
recommend it,
and
though.
go,
Recommend
the
it.
action was incredible. This was
If
like
you're looking
so
for
encapsulating.
if you're looking for a movie to go see in the theaters, that would
That's a
be
good
it.
one, huh?
All right, Tommy, real fast, 2 minutes. Tell me why you love Russell Wilson.
Oh boy, Russell Wilson. I love Russell Wilson because in college the kid did nothing but win clutch games.
Right.
He was in North Carolina, very underrated, not known. Went to Wisconsin, bigger school. Almost won the Rose Bowl. If you go on YouTube, click and see what happens during the Rose Bowl. He lost in a very tragic way, and everyone counted this kid out because of his height. He was really tiny, but if you hear him talk in interviews, and the guy just knows football.
All right, have you got some time for us next week to talk about Super Bowl?
Oh, actually, you know what? I am not going to have time. I'm going to be on my way back Sunday morning because I'm going to have to go to a wedding.
Okay,
Saturday.
So give me a Super Bowl prediction this week then.
I love Russell Wilson, but I think the Denver Broncos will take this Super Bowl.
All righty. All right,
Peyton
Tommy.
Manning will not let it slip by.
We won't talk to you next week, but we'll talk to you the following week, and we'll do Best Supporting Actress in 2 weeks. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
All righty, man. Thank you, Tommy.
Good talking to you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
That's our good pal Tommy Gatto, who's having a bromance with Russell Wilson. All righty, man. Thanks.
All right.
All righty. We're going to read this now, and then we're going to get our good pal Timmy the Trotter on the phone.
Sounds good.
Since we're running a little late.
All right. Maybe I should read this one.
Go ahead.
All right.
Wait a minute. Let's get the music. Do we have music? There we go.
Okay. The Fab Four are coming to the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island.
2 of them will be holographic imaging.
Okay.
No.
That's on Saturday, February 8th, 8 p.m. And in radio, we have your tickets. Click on the contest tab right on the home page and enter to win.
Right above our head.
Okay. Log on to ParamountNY.com for a complete listing of all the shows. And I can tell you, we've been to the Paramount. We talk about this all the time. I love that place.
It's a great place to see a show. And please only go on to the try to win the contest.
Only enter the contest if
you
you plan on being able to attend.
and these Beatle tribute bands, man, they are better than anything you've ever heard. We're actually going to be seeing the Strawberry. Oh no, we won't be. You'll get a chance to see Strawberry Fields.
If you're going to the Stadium Series game
today.
No, that's actually the Islander. The Islander.
Oh, the
game.
Islander Strawberry Fields. So we're going to see that.
The second intermission is when Strawberry Fields will.
I've seen
be playing.
Strawberry Fields.
Yeah.
I saw them at.
Let me take you down because I'm going soon.
Yeah. Fantastic. The Fab Four, Strawberry Fields, all of these tribute bands. They spend a lot of time and effort in getting every detail perfect.
Yes.
And a lot of times you go and see your favorite band, like when they're in their 60s.
Yes.
And they're just not as good as they were, and these tribute bands are actually better.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And
so, like I say, they're coming to the Paramount on February 8th. Log on to our website and enter the contest.
And you could win a pair of tickets.
There you go.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna let's talk about the hockey game real fast.
Okay.
We are going to the hockey game on Wednesday.
Right.
And we're going to see the Islanders and the Rangers at Yankee Stadium, the outdoor series. You can today during the day, Rangers and Devils will be playing.
That's a 12:30 game.
My son Kevin ordered a John Tavares jersey.
Yeah.
For the game.
Cool. Now, there's going to be live music at the Stadium Series, I found out. Today, the Jersey Boys, the cast of Jersey Boys, they'll do the pregame. Right. And I tell you, I kind of wish I was going just because of this. Southside Johnny and the Jukes are playing the first intermission. I didn't see anything about the second intermission. Yeah. Wednesday, CeeLo Green is going to do the pregame and the first intermission.
Do you know anything about CeeLo Green?
Yeah, CeeLo Green. Yeah, he's great. He's great. You know that song, Forget You?
No,
F you. No. Yeah, it's a great song. He was also part of. I'm trying to think of the other band that he was in, but he's good. He's good. He's on The Voice. He's this big, rotund black guy, but he's very good.
All righty, on our phone, let's get right to Timmy the Trotter.
Okay.
Timmy, are you there?
Timmy.
Yes, how you guys doing today?
Good. Hey, I need the Hello Boys. Come on.
How's everything?
Good. I didn't hear Hello Boys though. Come on.
I said hello, boy.
Hey, how are you, my friend?
I'm on the road. I'm in a truck. I got a new truck. I'm fooling around with like a 16-year-old.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Well, I hope you have hands-free phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Up to the right hand up to the ear. That's what
I see. I know we had you on the phone and then we lost you, so I guess you went to a bad cell zone. So hopefully you're in a good cell zone now.
All righty. So let's now we're going to talk more about the Super Bowl next week, obviously, on the Glory Days Super Bowl extravaganza next week.
Yes.
But there was only one person, by the way, that picked both games last week.
And I guess that was you, because I know that I picked the 49ers.
I picked.
I wonder who that was.
I picked Seattle, and I picked Denver. Obviously, I think Pete Torgerson was the only one that took New England, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Last week.
Yeah.
But,
and that second game was a great game.
It was.
A little more air under that throw, and it would have went to San Francisco way. The last play.
Well, you know what? They had 3 opportunities, and they blew 2 of them. They fumbled once, and then he threw an interception late in that game.
3 mistakes at the end, in the second half cost them.
Yeah, and I feel bad for them. I thought they were the better team.
Yep. I mean, they played a heck of a game. Going in that environment and playing over there, I mean, you know.
Yep.
It's an incredible place to play. And
I want to switch gears with you.
I think San Francisco would have won easily.
I want to switch gears with you for 1 second because I know you're a big Knicks fan, and obviously, I mean, you saw what Carmelo Anthony did Friday night. He scored 64 points, set a record, a New York Knicks record, and also a Garden record for most points. Yep. But I thought the most interesting stat is he had 64 points and 0, I repeat, 0 assists.
How do you do that?
How do you do that? Exactly right.
How do you get 62 points and no assists?
64 points.
That's why just give me the ball, I'm shooting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's a chucker. He's a chucker, man.
Yeah, but he chucked them in. They were in this time. Hey, you know, he could actually score about 70 if he wanted to when they took him out.
Yeah.
They had no answer for him. He could have definitely scored about 70.
Yep.
I don't know.
That was pretty cool. That's good. You know, it's something good for the Knicks fans in a dismal year.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, we're going to the Islander Ranger game on Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, my sons are at the game today.
Oh, they're going today. Cool.
Yeah. There was a ticket from their mothers for Christmas gift.
Nice. Well, it's an afternoon game. It'll be a little warmer than it'll be, I think, what we'll experience on Wednesday night for sure.
I have hand warmers and feet warmers.
I'm going to get. I'm going to look for some electric socks. Is what I'm going to look for because you know somebody said that basically your feet are going to be on that cold concrete. Right. That's where the cold is going to come through. You know. So.
And I also I was thinking of a stadium blanket. Mm-hmm. Although I thought that might be a little, you know, gayish. Yeah. But
well,
I was thinking
should say gay, not manly.
Not manly. But I was thinking that maybe if I only used it for myself, it wouldn't be. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
yeah, it's going to be. I'll tell you what. You know. I was worried last night one in California, the game there, how they were going to keep the ice cold, you know, but they could keep it refrigerated.
Yeah. You know, 62 degrees it was.
I tell you what, though, and I guess I saw it at the beginning. You know, Kiss were playing, and at the end they had that flame going. I said Kiss should be playing at Yankee Stadium. First of all, they're a New York band, they're a Long Island band, you know, and I think those flames would have heated up the stadium, you know.
Yeah.
And Mr. B was telling me beforehand, you know, if they've got Southside Johnny playing for the Jersey game,
why not Billy Joel? For you know, I mean, the Islanders and the Devils are the home teams, believe it or not, for these games. So I don't understand why they wouldn't have picked instead of Strawberry Fields is going to be fun, but it's not even they're not even you know a real I would say a real band. I mean you know, but they don't make records and things like that. So Billy Joel is kind of the consummate Long Islander. Why not Billy Joel?
Right.
You know.
All righty, so let's get. By the way, what about that horse that escaped?
Did you hear about that? Belmont, that had a horse that escaped, was running around in the neighborhoods?
No, I didn't hear that.
He escaped from Belmont.
Yep.
He escaped from the stables in Belmont, and he was
running around in Floral Park and Elmont and things, you know. I think he's out for about 40 minutes, you know.
Yeah, well, that's
he was just,
I mean,
hey, you know what he was doing? He was horsing around.
Yeah, that's how.
There we go. There we go. All right.
How do you catch a wild horse?
You know.
Carefully.
Well, you can't catch it. You got to wait for him to stop. You ain't catch him.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
You ain't catching him. You got to, you know.
All right. You hit 2 out of 3 last week.
Okay.
And we had $43 worth of winners. So we're up to $88 now. Or I guess we're down from 100, but we're up to 88. So what do you got for us this week?
Let's start. I start somewhere. I start small.
Okay.
But you know, anything. You know, as far as we're only one football game left this year. You know, the baseball not too far away.
Right.
You know, I love baseball, and the Mets. They made a shot for Grant Balfour for the bullpen, and he said no. And they were offering him a little more money, and he didn't want to come here.
Yeah, he didn't want to come here.
He has the worst year ever, and his arm falls off.
The way it goes.
But they signed Dice Cake, and they got a Japanese pitcher too. But they signed him to a minor league contract. The Yankees got the better one. The Mets got the
This is 1A.
Yeah, we were talking about.
The Yankees got 1A, and we got Z.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were talking about how Brian, not Brian Cashman, Hank Steinbrenner just said they don't care. They're going to do whatever they have to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
That's what you want to hear as a fan of a team.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not far away. Pitching and catches report.
No, just about 25 days, I think.
Wow.
Not
Yeah.
even. It's the 14th.
Of February?
Yeah,
14th.
no,
It's about
Valentine's
20
Day?
days. Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's around the corner.
All right. So what do we got for Monticello?
Okay. We're going to go right to Tuesday this week.
Okay.
In Monticello on Tuesday, and we're going to go in the 8th race. I'm gonna go a little differently this week. I'm gonna pick a couple of winners I feel good about.
Okay.
We're gonna go with a horse, and we'll play win and place on these horses.
Okay.
In the 8th race, we're gonna play number 6, Johnny Gripper.
Okay.
Okay. I think he's got a hell of a shot. And also on Tuesday in Monticello, in race 6, we're gonna play a horse called Vincent Fra, the 7 horse. F-R-A, Vincent Fra.
Okay.
Okay. That's the winning place also?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Wednesday at Monticello in the race 12, we're going to play a horse called Badlands Josh.
Ooh, Badlands.
We played
I like
him
that
once
already.
before.
Yep.
Yeah, he's number 4.
Okay.
And for the Yonkers players, on Tuesday, in race, on Monday, it's Monday, at Yonkers, race number 2.
Okay.
We're gonna play a horse called Noble Anthony. He's the 1 horse. He's gonna be tremendous odds.
Okay. The number 1 horse.
Yeah, we're gonna play and win a place. I have to say he's gonna go off for quite a few dollars. So,
All righty. Sounds like a plan.
yeah, we're gonna take a shot that way this week.
All righty. So we'll be talking about Super Bowl and proposition betting next week.
Yeah, I gotta get my boxes. I'm in about 5 of them, and
Yeah.
one of them is a $1,000 pool, and that's the one we're hoping to hit.
Ooh.
So I can pay this truck off.
There you go.
All righty, Tim. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you guys have a great week. Enjoy, everything, and watch the games today. The hockey games are gonna be phenomenal. It's really great,
Yep.
I mean, if you fact in Detroit, they had 105,000 people out
Right.
there, and this game, I don't know how many. Yankee
Well, they said
Stadium
this
hold?
game was sold out.
Yeah, what does Yankee Stadium hold?
I think it holds almost 50,000.
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be great. It's a fantastic thing they're doing. I mean, some people say they're watering it down, but it doesn't look like by the attendance.
No,
People are enjoying
everybody loves it. Even the players love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. I really am.
All righty,
All
man.
righty.
We'll talk to you next week.
Drive
All right,
safe,
guys,
okay,
have
buddy?
a great week and be safe.
That's
All
our
right.
good pal, Timmy the Trotter. We're going to take a quick break, get set up for Mr. B's song, and then we are out of here.
Okay.
InRavio.com.
Can you grab that stool? And this is the part of the show where I don't have to do anything. Mr. B is going to perform a song for us, but we're running out of time, so I just want to say thanks to our producer, Matt Martin, who can be seen each week right here on radio.com. He hosts In or Out, pun intended, on Friday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Thanks again to Tommy Gatto and Timmy the Trotter for helping us out with the show today. Thanks again, Chuck and Bonnie, both in the booth today, for putting up with this nonsense week after week. Don't forget, next week we will have our 4th annual Super Bowl extravaganza. Many special guests, predictions, tips, party tips, betting tips, you name it. Well, we should have our good pal, a real NFL football player, Rocky Cleaver, on the show next week. So we're going to say thank you. We're going to go out with Mr. B's song this week.
And we got a full soundboard over there, so maybe we get some people to help me with some of the background vocals.
Everybody's singing it.
Okay. Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on out. You know you twist a little girl. You know you twist so fine. Come on and twist a little closer now. And let me know that you're mine. Well, shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out now. Work it on out. Wow! Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out. You know you twist a little girl. Twist, little girl. You know you twist so fine. Twist so fine. Come on and twist a little closer now. Twist a little closer. And let me know that you're mine. Let me know you're mine. Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. No, 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 shake it, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Now, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby.
See you next week, Super Bowl extravaganza.
Well, have fun. Have a great week, everybody.
In radio.com.